Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the My Asshole Podcast. Today is Thursday, and we have a beautiful, lovely, enjoyable episode for you guys. We have our amazing book, Beautiful Venom, to go over. 2, maybe 3 chapters today. Boy, has the book been getting a little, spicy, if you ask me. Excited to get into the book. I know that you guys are, but first we have our thread. And our thread for today is, what's the wildest office drama that has happened in your workplace? Alright, so let's see what scandalously crazy things have happened in you guys' workplace. Alright, our first one is, I was browsing Craigslist looking for furniture for a new place I have. I see a picture of our tennis racket for sale, and the floor looks very similar to the floor at the tennis club I worked at. I make a fake email account and send an email expressing interest, and the response is from one of my staff. It was a small tennis club, and the owner had a bad habit of just giving away our merchandise, so it took a bit to track that anything was actually missing. The staff member had been swiping rackets and selling them on Craigslist for months, completely unnoticed. Yo, that's a side hustle and a half, son. Man, imagine just stealing some shit from work and just selling it. And you're selling it straight from work too. It ain't one of those things where it's like you're taking it home or nothing. Nah, you're selling it straight from work, son. And you're just pocketing the cash, because it's like technically they paid for it. They ain't stealing it, Well, you are, but they're not. That's crazy, dude. Wow. That's some crazy. Hey, man, anybody will do something, for like just a little change, you know what I mean? Damn. That is wild as hell. All right, what's the wildest office drama that has happened in your workplace? Strange numbers appeared in the official e-phone bill. MD at the time didn't want to make a fuss, so mentioned it in a group/office meeting. Whoever is phoning competition lines, please stop. I won't investigate, but if it happens again, I will. So please stop. Quite a reasonable approach. After the meeting, the old guy who's been there for years approached the MD and admitted it was him, but somehow the need to correct him, it was a sex line, not competition. Yo, homie out here was spanking the chicken to some sex line operators. At work, bro. You got to do that on your own time and on your own phone, bro. Man, was homie paying for minutes or something? Bro, calling is free now. You ain't got to wait now. You ain't got to pay by the minute no more, brother. Like, what the hell are we doing here? Bro was just like, oh, yeah, shoot, I'm getting a little lonely at work. Like, shit, man. The nurses ain't giving it out like they used to. Let me hop on that call line, bro. Like, bro, I guarantee you he's the type of one of those dudes that's got like an AI girlfriend or some shit. Guarantee it. Guarantee it, man. Homie is just out here trying to get intimacy any way he can. That's crazy, son. To be calling sex operator numbers on your work phone is wild. And then saying that to them, being like, hey, so like, yeah, that's me, and those numbers, yeah, that ain't really competition. That's sex operators. They're like, what? Sex operators. Like, wait, did you say that again? It's like, it's sex operators. Okay, damn. Shit. Sex operators, dude. Fuck. All right, worked at a pharmacy where floater pharmacists would come to cover shifts. Apparently, they were monitoring one of them and discovered he was writing all kinds of control scripts for himself and using random people to use their insurance. Guy ended up getting sued and sent to jail. Wild stuff. Cool guy. Had some pretty great lunch convos, probably because he was high for a lot of it. Yo. Homie was out here getting free drugs off of other people's insurance. Yo, bro. And just getting high off prescription shit. He was just like, yeah, bro. The amount of fucking, shoot, what are those like pain pills called? I think Vicodins, is it? I think that's what it's called. Like the really, really strong pain pills where it just like mellows you the fuck out. I bet homeboy was just getting a bunch of those, man. That's crazy. Like, honest. Okay, look, man. I'm going to be sitting there stealing off of other people's insurance and shit like that. I'm going to sell them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to make some money. Like, at least the other guy with the tennis racket, he's making money. You know, he was stealing to make money. This dude was just stealing to be a degenerate. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing here? Like, if you're going to steal, do it right. Like, come on, man. The fuck are we doing, bro? All right, what's the wildest office drama that has happened in your workplace? First story, man and a woman, I can't remember which one was married, or if they both were. They were caught in the act in a conference room. The employee who found them freaked out and ran out to the department yelling, "Oh my Lord!" Both were terminated, and the one who found them asking to be sent to therapy, they termed her to later on. They termed her to later on for some BS reason. The department manager didn't like that he had to answer for her therapy requests to the execs. Not long after, all the locks and door handles were removed in order in every conference room and renovated to all glass walls. Second story, a 10-year sales employee was no longer hitting goals and grew complacent with sales department policy changes, decided the best thing was to complain directly to the CEO. Well, you know what happens when you do that. Bye-bye job. That's crazy. So she went back to her desk to collect her things without an escort and decided to send another email exposing wage and hour violations, who was cheating on whom, and who unfairly the sales employees were being treated. Basically, it was easy to steal sales at that time. To all 14,000 employees, got a nice class action settlement for the one, and saw a-holes moved in other positions who shouldn't have been in senior leadership positions. Damn. Bruh, she was just like, oh, you wanna fire me? Oh, okay. All right, then let me just send. Everybody was like, what? Jessica? Oh, Dave, who the fuck are you? What are you doing? Like, everybody's dirty laundry was out. Everybody knew who was cheating on who. Everybody knew who was doing what. Everybody knew who wasn't performing and keeping their job on some sly shit. You know what I mean? Everybody knew which girls was sucking dick to keep jobs. And, oh, bro, it was all bad. It was all bad in that office. They were just like, oh, hell no. And then some people were just like, yo, you did me wrong. Who the fuck are you? And then was just like, hey, I'm suing the company. Bruh. That company, I bet, is cooked right now. Cooked to the highest degree. That's crazy, son. Wow. Just wow, bro. Damn. Damn. All right, what is the wildest office drama that has happened in your workplace? 15 years, and my most spicy story is a dude got fired for installing monitoring software on his work laptop to catch his wife cheating on him. They were both using the work laptop as a personal PC off hours. Ooh, I love how he put monitoring software to try to catch his wife, and nigga got caught himself. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, if you're going to put some shit on a computer, don't then use that computer to do stuff that incriminates you, stupid. Like, what are you doing? Like, that, you didn't really work that out now, did you? Oh my God, bro. That's craziness. Craziness. Oh, Jesus. All right, what's the wildest office drama that has happened in your workplace? This is federal law enforcement. A guy's wife won the lottery. He was in a position where overtime was mandatory and they traveled around to different offices. The lottery win was like $7 million. Well, he decided to get off the mandatory overtime, got the union involved and fought management and finally won. He was now working just the 8 hours. Then his wife filed for divorce at the same time. Her father claimed the lottery ticket. The guy now wanted back on the overtime as it was at least 25% extra paychecks. Unfortunately, management was still pissed at him and said no. One day, while visiting a different office that had just had new white carpet installed, he made the comment about how they would look covered in blood. Not a good comment to make if carrying a gun, even back in the 90s when this happened. Management pulled his gun and made him the office receptionist, and after a few months he just gave up and quit. Last time I posted this, I bet he could have hired a lawyer and got some of the winnings, but he just wasn't the smartest guy. Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If I was married and I won the lottery, I would say nothing. I would say nothing. Our life would just silently get better. You know what I mean? Like, why? Why would I make you knowledgeable about this? And you would sit there and just be like, why are you going to lie to your partner? Because the bitch going to flip and change on me. You know what I mean? So in order for her to not change up on me and people around me to not change up on me, it would just be a thing where I'm just like, yeah, I got a raise at work. I'm making a lot more money now. You know what I mean? Without her realizing the bank account is fat as fuck. All right? You know what I mean? It's going to be a thing where I'm just going to be able to buy things that I want, take care of the things that I need, and it's not going to be a problem. I'm going to buy a new whatever, and she'll be like, can we afford that? I'm like, yeah, you know, babe, I got a raise. I'm able to save a little more money. I'm doing a little more thing, this and that. Hey, do you want a little something? And, you know, she's just like, wow, oh my God. Like, you're able to save money, take care of the bills, and do that? Wow, this raise must be great. And I'm just like, I know. It's fantastic, right? And I'd keep my job, everything, but I'd cut back my hours here and there and not have to really work as much. You know, like, bro, I'd be straight chilling, but I wouldn't tell anybody. I wouldn't tell a goddamn soul. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't even tell my parents. I wouldn't tell friends, none of that. I mean, don't get me wrong. They get a little fat check in the mail. You know what I mean? They would. They get a nice little fat check in the mail, a little $100,000 in the mail. Yeah, that's 6 figures, man. You can't scoff at no 6 figures. Shit, 100 G's just out of nowhere. Like, yeah, you gonna be. Trust me, you know, it's gonna be a nice anonymous check. They're gonna be like, what? They're not gonna know it's from me. And when they tell me, they're gonna be like, dude, I got this $100,000 check in the mail. Like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm just like, wow, bro, that's cool. That's fucking cool, man. You know, hey, yeah, the big man upstairs is looking out for you. Like, bro, I wouldn't tell nobody, man. Nobody. No. Because you're just putting everything in jeopardy, bro. Because the moment you get some money, bro, the crab is in a bucket mentality begins immediately. Oh, it's bad. All right, let's get on to our next one. What's the wildest office drama that happened in your workplace? Watch 2 50-plus-year-old women throw hands while working in a mattress department at Sears. Lady had shown a customer around the options. He needed to go home to relay options to his wife. Lady A gave him her card. He came back the next day. Lady B was working instead. He hands over the card and tells B which mattress he agreed on to buy from A. B did not use the information on the card and stole the sales commission. Neither of them were fired due to tenure or whatever. They just got put on different shifts. Facts. I am throwing hands with you. How the fuck are you going to steal my sale, bitch? How are you going to steal my sale? He showed you the card. He showed you the card. We could have split commission. We could have 50-50'd it. Like, oh yeah, you know, she had a couple recommendations and then I was able to close the deal. Like, bro, we could have 50-50'd. But the fact that you out here stealing my commission, yeah, we throwing hands, motherfucker. We throwing hands because that's my money you're messing with. You know, like, that's my money you're messing with. It's not one of those things where, like, you just took a customer. You know, it is what it is. That's fine. If you took a customer, you know, that you're the better man at the end of the day, better woman at the end of the day in this situation, whatever. It's fine. That's okay. But if you're over here, like, I set up and laid out the groundwork and then you just finished it off, excuse me, where's my 50%? Like, what are we talking about here? That's some crazy shit. Yeah, I'd throw hands too. I'd be like, come here, Barbara, because you about to get your ass beat. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? You know? All right, what's the wildest office drama that has happened in your workplace? Sorry. Worked in a 4-story office building that had over 1,000 people working there. All same company. Got a few stories. One, when THC started becoming legal in our state, corporate sent out an email that basically said, if you want to smoke during your off time, that's cool. Just don't be high while you're working. Okay, makes sense to everyone but one guy. The next day, he shows up for a shift early and decides to get stoned under a desk with a pipe. These desks are just giant desks connected to each other in a snake pattern. Desks on each side. A manager from the other team sees him doing this and is like, what the fuck? And goes, well, the email said it's cool, right? I got walked out right then and there, nigga.
You stupid.
What the fuck, man? Like, did you not read the email, dude? What are you doing?
Bruh.
You not read it? It said on your own time. Just don't show up to work high. This nigga's getting work on company. He's getting high on company time, and he's getting high in the office. Like, nigga, what are you doing? What you doing, man? Oh, and then you want to wonder why you got walked out, stupid. God damn it, man. Oh, yeah. All right. The next one he has is this office is open 24/7, and each department has a section they sit in on a floor. Across the 24 hours, sometimes there isn't enough individual desks for the department to give everyone their own desk. They give people in opposite shifts shared desks to accommodate this. One day, a girl on my shift, normal 8 a.m., 5 p.m. time, found a dead bed bug in her seat. She doesn't desk share, so she's like, what the fuck? Raised it to her manager. Nothing happened. Next day, found 2 more dead ones.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Okay. Raised to leadership. Nothing happened. Found several live ones and told our department lead. They said they'd make sure the pest control people hit that row of desks real hard. Next week, more bed bugs. People are using PTO to avoid coming in. They're switching shifts, anything to avoid these desks. Finally, corporate leaders get involved. They send an email acknowledging the bugs and state they will get around to fixing it. How do they do that? Well, apparently there are dogs that can sniff out bed bugs. Super neat. However, they announced this to no one, and at 3 a.m. decided it was a good time to bring several bed bug sniffing dogs into the pin down which desks it is. And to try to find out who's bringing them in. Overnight shift people were scrambling when they saw the dogs. They assumed they were drug sniffing dogs. People ran with their bags to the opposite side of the building, sprinting to their car to hide whatever others ran to the bathroom, and vigorous toilet flushing occurred. Everyone got back to their desks, sweating, panting, distressed, watching the dogs go around sniffing. Oh, they're just looking for bed bugs, guys. One of the handlers says. Everyone's pissed off despite the efforts. They still can't figure out who is bringing them in. Bed bugs are still showing up. That week, we had our normally scheduled town hall meeting for the company. They do their presentation for the first 30 minutes. They had everyone say an oath about always doing our best, then open the floor to questions in the 30 minutes. What are we doing about the bed bugs? Corporate leader turns crimson, stands up, grabs the mic, pointing at everyone in the room, hundreds of us. We have handled it. The next person to ask about bed bugs is fired. No questions. Got it? Not a word said. No more questions were asked. The last 28 minutes of the meeting were not used, and we got that time back. Eventually, they set up an anonymous email drop box for people to admit they have bed bugs. They offered to pay for the services at their house to kill the bed bugs if they just fessed up to corporate. To my knowledge, they kept their promise in secret and took care of the bed bugs for the poor soul. There are tons more stories like this from the place, but they were really long ones. Bro, that's crazy. So you're telling me somebody from the office, you don't know who, were bringing bed bugs to work, and this motherfucker was just out here infesting the workplace with these disgusting things. I thought they were playing a prank. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was waiting for the shoe to drop. I'm like, okay, who's playing the prank? Who was the one that was sitting there just being like, yup, put some bed bugs on this bitch's seat, like, that's crazy. And then the fact that corporate was just like, there are no bed bugs there. They are a conspiracy theory. And if you say anything, you're fired. And everybody's just like, okay, all right, then we ain't gonna say nothing then. Shit, nigga. I'm like, sorry. That's crazy work, though. That is some crazy work. Wow. To think about it, man. Oh, Jesus. Like I said, I wonder, and the part where they were talking about like the dogs coming in and everybody's like flushing shit down. I'm like, yo, what were y'all niggas flushing down? Because like, what the, like, bruh. That's a little crazy if you ask me. Like, what was y'all flushing down the toilet? Because, he then proceeded to say, like, everybody was pissed when he found out they were bed bug sniffing dogs, not drug sniffing dogs. Like, was y'all bringing some cocaine and some, some METH? You know what I mean? Like, and what was y'all doing? I'm just saying. What the fuck was y'all doing? All right, I'm going to do one more and then we'll end this thread. What's the wildest office drama that happened in your workplace? A guy got fired for using his company credit card to get cash advances every weekend at a casino. The wildest part was that he managed to get away with it for almost a year. He was at the casino because it was where he would meet his girlfriend he was having an affair with. Also, the girlfriend and ex-wife both worked with us. Super dumb, but how did he get away with it for so long? Facts. And because I bet you were blowing racks, bro. Because think about it. He looks at it like, oh, this is not my money. I'm not the one paying this credit card back. The company is. So maybe he had a limit. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he knew his limit. Maybe they were like, hey, you're going to get a company credit card. You have a limit of X amount of money. That's usually how company credit cards work, where they will kind of tell you. Because like the company credit cards, usually, let's say, it'll have like $100,000 on it. But because so many people have access to that card, what they'll do is they'll say, you have access to only $10,000 of it. You only have access to $10,000 of it. You only have access to $10,000 of it. You only have access to $10,000 on it. And then, you move a tier up and they're like, okay, you have access to $20,000 or you have access to $20,000. You know what I mean? So I think he knew like exactly how much he had and he just kept it in that little, like range, and that's why they probably were like, oh wow, he must be really spending money on everything. Like, wow, what did you cash advance that for? And he probably was able to just come up with some shit like, oh yeah, the office needed some, these little pastries, or they needed these little racks, or I bought a whole bunch of like office supplies and stuff. You know what I mean? And so he was probably able to just like justify it, and they were just like, he's a good guy. You know what I mean? Not knowing motherfucker was going to the casino. I'm surprised he didn't hit it big at least once. Maybe he did a few times and then just got the gambler's itch and was just like, I gotta go back. I gotta fucking go back. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If I had a company credit card and was doing some dumb shit like that and I actually won big, dude, I'd be like, I'm done. Not going back. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest with you, bro. I don't know. Maybe I would have went back. I don't know. Because the thrill of it, especially if it's not your money. Think about it. Like, it's not your money. So you're just like, fuck it, I could go back, but I don't know. I'm the type of person that when I win something big, I'm just like, okay, my luck is up, like my luck is up. I'm good. I'm leaving. I'm cashing out while I'm high. You know what I mean? But that's going to be the end of that thread. Hope you guys enjoyed that thread. If you guys have any stories of craziness that's happened in your workplace, definitely let me know down in the comments, man. Appreciate you guys so much. Love you all. Let's get into the announcements as well as getting into our book. So, patreon.com/myasshole podcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to sit in your scenario to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday show. And, over 100 hours of extra content on over there. So if you're loving what we're doing here and say, you somehow, like a mad man or a mad woman, you have gone through all of the content that we have over here on the free side of things, there is over 100 hours of more content over there. So definitely get into that. Check it out. Start your 7-day free trial. Audio listeners, thank you guys so much for all the support. I really do appreciate you guys very, very, very much. You guys come out every single week and download the episodes as well as rating us 5 stars on your preferred platform, and I do appreciate that so very much. That's all free, and if you want to help out even more on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as subscribing on YouTube. All of that is free, and it does help out tremendously. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. All the links are down in the description. Without further ado, let's get on in to our book. Oh, baby, I know you guys have been waiting as much as I have. So without further ado, let's get into Beautiful Venom.
20. Dahlia. I can't stop looking at Kane's right hand. The images of those deep purple bruises and cuts on his wrist still play in my mind in haunting, disturbing strokes. Especially since I already know he has multiple old scars slashing across his back. Ever since I saw those bruises in the hospital, I've been watching him closely. I noticed his complexion is paler today, his lips slightly blue, and his eyes are colder. What happened to him between last night's game and this morning? And why the hell am I so invested when I spent days trying to put a healthy amount of distance between us? Kane's ordeals should be none of my concern. I lean back against Kane's car, the metal cool against my spine as the frigid air bites into my skin. Not sure if I should even be touching his expensive-looking car, but when I attempted to stand away from him, Kane dragged me back to his side. Below us, Greystone Ridge stretches out like a map, the town still cloaked in the last traces of night, rooftops and streets softened by the dawn's dim light. The sun is just beginning to break through, casting a golden haze over the buildings, making everything seem almost peaceful. As peaceful as this den of vipers could get. The cool wind tugs at my hair, carrying the faint scent of pine from the woods behind us. And just for one suspended moment in time, it feels like we're the only 2 people awake in the world.
You're staring.
Kane doesn't look at me, and instead eyes his convenience store sandwich as if it's spoiled goods. Sorry. I bite into my cheese and lettuce sandwich and follow with a long slurp of iced coffee.
You better apologize for this travesty of food.
Well, no other place was open this early.
We could have gone to a proper restaurant.
And have you miss open skate? Stop being picky and just eat. He sniffs the bread before he takes a tentative bite. How is it?
Edible, but depressingly flavorless and not fresh.
I laugh and hit his shoulder. You're such a snob.
For wanting fresh food.
That's not a luxury all of us can afford.
You can from now on.
My shoulders tense up. I don't need your charity. Funny, because I didn't mind when Isabella or Preston called me a charity case. Hell, I'm keeping my sister alive solely through charity that Kane's family definitely pitches into. But I don't want him to look at me like that. Not now. Is it a stupid sense of pride? Something else? While I can't exactly put a name to it, I just don't like it. Kane must feel my aggression, because he shifts, his weapon of a body straightening as his eyes pin me in place.
You need to stop this line of thinking, Dahlia. I don't consider it charity. I consider it taking care of you. All you have to do is accept it and quit getting your guard up.
I don't know. Preston told me I'm just a charity case who will never make a full Vancorp member, because only those of your standing are allowed in, so excuse me if I have my doubts. He faces me, his head tilting to the side, his voice dangerously low.
You believe Preston over me.
I swallow the coffee trapped in my mouth, the sound echoing in the silence, and only interrupted by the rustling leaves. He seemed convincing.
Answer the question, Dahlia. Whose words are more important to you? Mine or Preston's?
I bite my lower lip, but remain silent.
If I say you're not a charity case and Preston says you are, who do you believe?
You?
Then why do you stiffen every time I do something for you?
I'm not used to it. I whisper, then lift my chin. I've worked for everything I have, no matter how small it is. I don't like owing others.
I'm not others.
He wraps his large hand around my throat, not choking, but holding me in place.
You'll get used to what I give you and take it without objection.
My pulse throbs beneath his thumb, and he watches it, his eyes darkening. I feel as if I'm falling into his glittery trap again, after everything I did to convince myself I'm not as sick as he is, even attempting to believe he forced me. But one touch, one look, and I'm slipping again. The feel of his skin on mine is electrifying, and my body pulses to life, wanting more. I'm apprehensive. No, I'm terrified by how much more I want from a man like Kane. So I focus on what keeps us apart, not what we have in common. What about the rest of what Preston said? Am I wasting my time? Kane releases me with a sigh.
Those who get full membership are indeed of our social standing, and I could do nothing about that. I don't make the rules.
Then why didn't you tell me? My voice trembles. Did you like toying with me?
I didn't think you actually believed you'd make full membership. Surely you're smart enough to understand how much vetting goes on in such organizations.
A weight drops in my chest as a wave of hopelessness washes over me. Yes, I knew it was hard, but I didn't think it was impossible. I take a large bite of my sandwich to keep from lashing out.
Dahlia, be reasonable. That's not a place you want to be in.
I keep chewing and stare ahead. The sky is a soft gradient, pale blue bleeding into shades of pink and gold, and the first rays of sunlight cut across the horizon, igniting the edges of the town. Kane raises a brow.
Is this the equivalent of leaving me on red?
Swallowing, I face him, my tone lethargic. What else are you hiding from me?
Possibly as much as you're hiding from me.
I lift my chin. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure thing, Wildflower, if you say so. But at any rate, whatever we're hiding doesn't matter. We're only using each other's bodies because we share the same depraved fantasies.
He smiles, his voice dropping an octave.
Correction. I am using your body because you love being used.
You... I stop myself from calling him names. It'll just backfire, and it's not like he's wrong. I ghosted him because I was terrified about how much I loved the sex in the maze. I was horrified about how much I was turned on. I contemplated therapy for real and spent days reading articles upon articles about rape fantasies and primal play, and only came up more confused about how much I wanted it, how much I still want it. And the only person who knows my sick tendencies is the equally sick man standing beside me. He smiles with unmasked cruelty, showing me the side of him that got off on hunting me down.
I'm what? A pervert? An asshole you hate but still fantasize about his cock?
Oh, please. It wasn't that impressive. I've had better in my day. Lie, and more lies.
Dahlia.
The warning spreads across my skin in a sheen of goosebumps.
Don't make me bend you over the car and use that cunt. We'll see if any of the other dicks you've had are impressive when you bounce on my cock.
I step back. Jesus, I was only trying to provoke him. A smirk touches the corner of his lips.
Don't worry, I won't fuck you. When I do, you won't see it coming.
Damn Kane Davenport. He has a way of keeping me on my toes, and why the hell am I overrun with both excitement and dread? He leans back against the car, his gaze fixed on the town below. There's a calmness in him, a dangerous sort of ease, and the air between us feels charged, the small space separating us almost non-existent. I'm being pulled into his orbit, I realize. Another star that's drawing too close to the sun, but this star will crash before I let him consume me. So what if Vencor's membership is off limits? I still have the hockey team that he insisted I join, and most importantly, I have him. I'll use him fully to get my sister justice, even if my chest starts to tighten at the thought. After I'm introduced to the team, I fill out the paperwork and speak with the medical staff about my new intern position. The team doctor tasks me with paperwork and with watching the players and detecting any possible injuries. Kane doesn't like the last part. Honestly, he doesn't seem to like any particular part. I wouldn't say I'm accepted with open arms. I can see the doubt and even downright hostility from Gavin, Jude, and some other players who are also part of Vencor. The rest are mostly unaffected or don't even notice me. I'm sure they're resistant to an outsider in their midst. Someone like me who doesn't belong to their high and mighty social standing. The only reason the hostile ones don't give me a piece of their mind is due to Kane's presence. It's evident that no one on the team talks back to him. The players respect him immensely, which is easily seen from the focused and reverent way they look at him. Even the coach speaks to him like an equal. Despite my motives, I'm serious about my job. So I spend most of the open skate talking to the team doctor about ways to improve the players' agility and minimize injury. I also speak to the head physical therapist about the areas of potential muscle strain of each player. He and the rest of the team check them regularly and often give them sports massages to help loosen their tense muscles. I'm fascinated by the amazing equipment and machines they have access to, but then again, the team is almost on a pro level and is the reigning champion of the college league, so the program makes sure they reach their full potential. Doesn't hurt that many players are sickeningly rich, so their families pour endless amounts of money into the team. Who would have thought that the field I chose, medicine with a focus on physical therapy to help with Violet's constant back pain and bad shoulder, would now be used to benefit the entitled assholes, one of whom could have attempted to kill her? By the end of open skate, I've got the gist of areas with potential improvement chances, so I head back to the bench area after the managing team leaves. The players head to the showers, smacking each other and talking loudly. It's a chaos of overwhelming testosterone. There are a few female staff, the most important being the team administrative manager, but they're mostly in their offices. As most of the team filters out, Kane skates toward me and stops at the barrier, then removes his helmet and runs a hand through his damp hair. It randomly falls to his forehead, partly camouflaging the iciness in his eyes. Though they're clearer now, less frozen and more familiar. He looks absolutely stunning in his hockey gear with his hair wet, fresh out of open skate. I'm sure I'm not supposed to find him hot or beautiful, but he's both of those and more. I blame his depraved sexual tastes, because whenever I see him, my mind keeps replaying images from that maze. Hot, electrifying, and erotic scenes that drive me insane. Kane leans both his arms on the railing so they're hanging right in front of me. That looked fun. I clear my husky voice. The team's spirit is back, right?
Partially.
Why only partially? He pauses and stares at the gloves in his hand.
Preston ditched open skate.
He's probably ashamed about his poor performance from last night. He'll come back.
He never ditches open skate. Besides, he lacks the ability to feel shame.
I frown. Honestly, Preston can choke, but I don't like that his absence causes strain on the team and Kane. That slimy bastard is one of the Viper's indispensable pillars and has constantly been in impressive form, except for yesterday. But also, I seem to have underestimated the bond between Kane and Preston. Possibly Jude as well. Have you checked in on him? I ask.
I will.
He watches me, his gaze heavy and imploring.
Enough about the team. Tell me, how was your first day?
It was fine. I have a lot to work on.
Don't work too much.
I'm confused. Didn't you push me to accept this position so I can work?
Not really. And so I can keep an eye on you.
So, I'm here for your entertainment? His lips pull in a smile.
If you want to call it that, suit yourself.
Wow, you're not even going to offer excuses?
I believe we're at the point in our relationship where we don't need to offer those, don't you think?
I release an exasperated breath, trying not to think about the part where he said, our relationship. There's no relationship. We're only using each other. That's it. I'll make sure that's all.
See you tonight at my place.
The vibration of Kane's low voice drags me from my thoughts. I draw a circle on my thumb. Why?
Be there, Dahlia.
And if I don't want to?
I wasn't asking.
You need to stop doing that, Kane.
I'll send you the code. Let yourself in.
He smiles, pats my hair as if I'm some sort of pet, and then joins his teammates. What a prick. Anyway, I pretend to clean up with the team and discreetly gather DNA samples, mostly sweaty towels, especially from those I know are Vencor members, namely Jude. I managed to steal his glove that he changed earlier after it tore due to his inhuman strength. It's unfortunate that Preston didn't make it to practice today, but I'll eventually add his DNA to my arsenal. Hopefully, I can find a clue within the team's Vencor members, because infiltrating the actual organization is proving to be next to impossible. And hopefully, I won't lose myself in this world. And more importantly, in Kane. Just the thought of what he's planning tonight makes me tremble. Fear and excitement mingle so homogeneously, I can't distinguish them. I tell myself I'll ignore him, even as I walk into his trap with my own 2 feet.
21. Kane. I wait in the shadows. I'm used to the shadows. The shadows have been my friends since the systematic destruction of my childhood. It's what made me who I am. That's probably also the reason I have deviant tastes and a thirst for sexual violence, which is why I've kept it under wraps. Being celibate for months on end was easier than indulging in mind-numbing, soul-crushing vanilla fucking. Trying to restrain myself was a painstaking task I preferred not to undergo. What the girls meant by harder misaligned with my understanding of the word. They meant deeper in a way that heightened their pleasure, but didn't hurt them. While for me, my flavor of sexual deviance was complete fucking control, with a touch of pain, a dash of sadism, a sprinkle of tears. It truly turns me on to see the woman I'm fucking enjoying the pain as much as the pleasure. Dahlia is the only girl who takes my raw, depraved sexual dominance. And the best part, she gets off on it. She comes harder when the pain and pleasure blend together until she can't breathe. The only hiccup is that she's also terrified of it. I saw it in her eyes earlier today when I invited her over. There was fear, but there was also a tinge of anticipation. I'm counting on that part to bring her to my door. The room is draped in thick, still silence as I lean against the wall. The town's low lights slice through the darkness in jagged lines, catching the edge of the glass but never reaching me. My pulse is steady, but underneath it, There's something darker, coiled tight, ready to snap. My index finger twitches and I force it back to stillness. I've never been eager, never coveted something enough to break my rules for it. I've even erased any semblance of emotion, and yet I can't control the flexing of my muscles or the blood rushing to my groin. I'm hard just thinking about what I'll do to her, how I'll trap her, consume her, leave her no way out. Deep inside, I know I shouldn't get involved any further with Dahlia Thorne, but fuck if my dick can understand logic. He's been restrained for months on end, and now that I've stumbled onto his favorite flavor, there's no stopping him. The door clicks open. I stand to my full height, but don't change position. She came. A part of me thought she'd ghost me and shun this unorthodox agreement, but I should have known. Dahlia's animal is a mirror of mine. I can smell her before seeing her. The softest scent of jasmine carries in the air and seeps into my nostrils.
Hello?
I remain one with the shadows, my breathing muted and my presence concealed, but my attention is zoned in on the merest stutter in her breath, the pause in her steps and each rustle of her clothes.
Kane?
Her voice is slightly spooked, on edge, and has a faint tremor she's trying hard to conceal.
This isn't funny.
I smile to myself. That's it. Come closer, my little prey.
Where the hell are the lights in this place?
She grumbles, her shoes shuffling on the floor. Concealed. They usually go on automatically, but I disabled that option. So unless I turn them back on, we're bathed in my natural habitat. Darkness. The city lights flash outside, but it's all static, meaningless. The real storm is sharpening and coiling inside me. Dahlia's feet come to a halt a short distance away, as if she can feel my presence.
Kane!
Her low whisper is heightened by the brutal silence. I'll count to 3, and then I'll chase you. I speak in a deep voice.
What happened to hello?
She asks in a bravado tone, but she's already shuffling backward.
Can't you do normal for once, asshole?
You don't like normal, Wildflower. It bores you to tears. 1. A swallow, or more accurately, a gulp, echoes in the air as she searches the darkness. When she speaks, there's a tense energy in her voice, caught between dread and anticipation.
What will you do when you catch me?
I'll fuck you so hard you won't be able to walk. I'll own every inch of you, and your cunt will remember my cock for days. 2.
Oh God.
A few more frantic steps.
Wait. Let me mentally prepare myself. Count to 10.
Your time is up. 3. She shrieks as I pounce from my hiding space. Her eyes widen for the briefest second, the light from outside breaking and highlighting those hazel gates of my nightmarish chaos. It's only a moment in time, but she's smart enough to realize being immobile is the surest way to end up beneath my claws. Dahlia sprints in the opposite direction, mindlessly hitting the edge of the sofa and cursing. That doesn't stop her, though. She's a fighter, my Wildflower, and a cunning survivor, and soon picks up her speed. My pace is steady and slow as I toy with her, reveling in her every frenzied move, every agitated breath expelling from her lungs. The scent of her smothers me. The sound of her fear-laced gasps makes my cock twitch and tint against my pants. She rushes to the kitchen area, her shadow large and magnified on the opposite wall. Then all movements disappear. Even her breath, slow to low, muffles. She must be blocking her mouth with her hands. I've always loved how her brain works under pressure. She has A+ survival instinct. Unfortunately for her, I also have the most acute inborn predatory sense. The fridge door opens, its light illuminating the space in a soft hue as a few kitchen stools get rummaged around. Given up already, I run the kitchen counter and make my way to the fridge. Didn't take you for a quitter. Her breath slows down further and her presence dwindles until it's almost non-existent. Almost. I stop by the island. I can smell you, Dahlia. Instead of going to the fridge area, where she placed the perfect decoy, I tilt my head down to where she crammed her body between the stools and right beneath the island. Both her hands cover her mouth and nose, and she's so still. Someone would mistake her for a statue. I let my lips pull in a sadistic grin. Found you. Her yelp reverberates in the air as she scrambles, knocking the stools over on her way out. But my prey is trapped between my claws already. She just doesn't know it yet. Dahlia doesn't make it 3 steps before I grab her by the ponytail and pull her back so hard her shriek pierces my ears. With one swipe, I knock away the counter's contents, pans and glasses clattering and crashing on the floor, then shove her against it. With her chest on the marble and her ass in the air, she looks like my favorite prey. I lean over so my mouth hovers close to her ear. You can scream all you want. No one will hear you, and it'll only turn me on.
Fuck you!
Patience. I'll get to that in a bit. With a groan, I roll my hips and thrust my pelvis against her round, full ass. The urge to own this hole that no one has touched before me lurks in my bones and overflows my nerves. A growl spills from deep in her throat, and she bucks against me, trying to twist, so I unbutton her jeans, then grab the waistband and pull them down in one go. She's about to fight, but I slap her pussy, her bare, fucking wet pussy, because Dahlia isn't wearing any underwear. If I'm disgusting, what does that make you? I sink my fingers into her inviting folds. Not only did you come prepared to be fucked, but you're also soaking wet for me. Can't wait to be used as my cum hole. I slap her ass a few consecutive times, reveling in the way it reddens. She cries out, going still. So I do it again and again until my handprints mark her tan skin. Then I part her ass, and she stiffens.
What are you doing?
Her words end in a gasp when I thrust 2 of my fingers inside her mouth. Suck. Make them nice and wet. Dahlia's hot tongue wraps around my fingers, and she lathers them with saliva. I stand with my legs shoulder-width apart, my hardening cock brushing against her bruised ass. Each of her licks make the tint in my pants grow bigger and thicker. The sound of her licking mix with the fridge's beep, beep, beep. With a grunt, I pull my fingers from her mouth and slide them between her ass cheeks, probing her back hole.
Kane, no! Not there.
Shh. I'm not asking for permission.
No. Fuck.
Her cheek lies flat on the island as I thrust my finger inside her tight hole. This will be mine soon. You'll let me use this ass as I see fit, won't you?
No. Stop. That hurts.
I tighten my grip on her nape and whisper near her ears. I thrust inside her tight channel. You know how to stop it, but you won't. You know why? Because you enjoy the pain as much as the pleasure, like a dirty little whore.
Fuck you.
The words spill out of her in a huff. As you wish. I stand up and force a second finger in, and she shrieks, but her walls stretch around me, trying to accommodate me. That's it. You need to fit my fingers so you can take my cock. Her broken breaths echo in the air as I pump my hand in, enjoying the view of my handprints on her ass and the way she writhes, trying to take me in as much as possible. Her pelvis slams against the edge of the island with each back and forth. She's trying to get off. Not so soon. I release her hair and pull my fingers from inside her. Dahlia faces me, her cheeks crimson red and her lips trembling. Then this beautiful, fucked-up hellion glares at me and slaps me across the face.
Don't touch me, you disgusting prick.
I laugh, the sound echoing around us like a dark tune. She knows I'll slap her back. She does, and she still did it anyway. I lift a hand and she tightens her body, ready for the hit. but I imprison her jaw, studying her expression under the fridge's soft light. She tries to shove me away, and I rub my clothed cock against her thighs, making sure not to offer her any form of friction. Fight me, Wildflower. You know it makes me fucking hard. Guttural sounds leave her lungs as she steps on my foot and punches me in the stomach, as hard as she can, packing all her strength into it only to be met by my tightening muscles. Such a vicious little minx. I leisurely unbutton my jeans and free my hard cock. You seem mad, but I don't feel it.
I'm going to fucking kill you!
She punches, bites, and even pulls my hair, pouring all her energy into trying to hurt me. She sinks her tiny claws beneath my shirt and scratches my skin. Dahlia doesn't stop even as I grab her hips and lift her off the floor, her feet kicking in the air and her arms flailing around. I set her on the counter and yank off her jeans, her sneakers flying away in the process. Is that all you got? I fist her hair and strain her face up, smiling. I thought you hated me more than this. She opens her mouth and I spit right inside it. Dahlia freezes, a red hue covering her cheeks. But she swallows. Her fingers sink into my hair as she bites my lower lip. The skin stretches and breaks beneath her teeth, but the sting barely registers as she thrusts her tongue against mine. A chord snaps within me. I devour her, biting down on her lip, blending our blood in a symphony of violent desire.
Fuck me like you hate me,
she murmurs, panting against my mouth. Careful, I whisper back. You might not be able to walk for a week. My little Wildflower licks my bottom lip, then sucks it between hers before releasing it.
Promises, promises.
I'm going to use you like a filthy little slut. My fingers tighten on her hip as I thrust into her with so much power she bucks off the counter. Her moan echoes in the air and she holds on to the sides of my shirt for dear life. With her head thrown back, her slick neck shines with sweat beneath the dim lighting, so I lower my head and bite her pulse point. Her taste explodes on my tongue like my favorite meal, and I sink my teeth in, sucking deep, matching the power of my fucking.
Oh, God. Yes. Yes.
She opens her legs wide, giving me more access as her hand slips beneath my shirt, clawing at my back. Clawing is fine. I can handle her kitten-like scratches. As long as she's not stroking or doing any of the disgusting sentimental shit she attempted the other time. You like being fucked like an animal, don't you? I pull all the way back, then thrust in again. You like being used to get me off. She screams, her body shaking around mine.
Shut up! Just go harder.
Such a greedy whore. I rise to my full height and push her back against the counter, then pull her shirt and slide the bra up, exposing her perky breasts. At this angle, I plunge deeper, sinking into her with raw strength. Dahlia tries to meet my thrust, but she can't, so she scratches me anywhere she can reach. My arms, my back, my stomach. Her moans are raspy and throaty, her cunt stretching and swallowing my cock like it was made for me. Dahlia was made for me. Her body is mine. Her moans are mine. Even her violence is fucking mine. I clench her shirt and it tears under my grip, so I wrap my hand around her throat and feel her swallows, the vibration of her vocal cords with each moan. You love choking. I incrementally tighten my grip. Your pussy is strangling me. She glares at me as she scratches me, definitely breaking skin, and I laugh. You're going to come, aren't you?
Fuck you.
Her words echo in a muffled moan. You act so tough, but you're such a whore for my cock, Wildflower. I pull back and ram against her sensitive spot. Her eyes roll back and all words seem to flee her. So I do it again. Come for me. I release her hip and circle her clit. Show me who owns you. Dahlia's limbs jerk, and I have to remember that I'm only using her for sex. I have to remind myself that this isn't going against my rules and losing control. This is only to fulfill the basic urge. Sex. But Fuck if I can ignore how damn stunning she looks when she comes apart on my cock. Her moans are throatier, her skin blushed and slick with sweat, and her cunt smothers my cock. Milking me for an orgasm I'm always on the verge of having when around her. And the worst part, she's now caressing me. Her claws have retracted and she's gliding her fingers along my back, my side, stroking all the scars no one should get close to. Fuck that. Fuck Dahlia Thorne and her disturbing touch. I release her clit and pull her arms from my waist, holding both her wrists in one hand as I pump into her. Rage coils inside me until what's left is a bestial, primitive need for dominance. Dahlia's eyes widen, her hands flexing in my grip. I don't know whether she's turned on or terrified or both, but I don't care. She should have kept scratching me instead of touching me like we're anything but this fucked up coexistence. I tighten my grip on her throat until her pussy clenches.
Kane,
She strains.
come inside me.
Fuck! I pull out at the last second and cum all over her stomach and tits, my cum creating a sheen on her skin. Fucking hell. If she hadn't said that, I would have filled her cunt with my cum and feasted on it. I would have betrayed my second rule. The first was no sex without a condom, which went down the drain the first time I fucked this infuriating woman. And since then, I haven't been able to stomach the idea of not feeling her walls stretching and contracting against my cock, so I promised myself that there would be no coming inside her. Ever. But just now, I almost did. If anything, I was looking forward to pumping her full of my cum. Dahlia is a fucking thorn in my side, and the one plot hole in my life I can't seem to find a solution to. I release her and step back, breathing harshly.
Why?
She swallows, looking so fucking mine, while laying on the counter naked with my cum covering her.
Why won't you come inside me?
Shut the fuck up.
Why do you not like it when I touch you?
I said, shut the fuck up, Dahlia.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't think being fuck buddies meant a lack of conversation. Give better instructions next time.
I can't kill her. Grinding my teeth, I pull up my jeans and tuck myself in, then walk to the fridge that gave up on beeping and grab a water bottle and throw it near her. She doesn't stir, but her droopy eyes follow my every move. I retrieve my phone and enable the lights, then go to the guest bathroom and draw a hot bath. As the sound of the water fills the space, I check my phone. I find a few unread texts in the Viper's Den group chat, obviously named by Preston. Jude, the fuck you been doing, Prez? Heard you fucked your stepmom's friend? Preston, heard you picked up stalking as a side gig. Jude, fuck is wrong with you? Preston, I thought we were highlighting what we are doing lately. Jude, is this because you couldn't handle Osborne yesterday? Preston, say that name in my presence again, and I'll stab you. Smiley face. Jude, seriously, you missed open skate and started a small riot in the Armstrong household just because of last night? At Kane Davenport, we need to restrain the motherfucker before this escalates. Preston, I have it under control. May rip you a new one if I see, though, big man. Be on the lookout. Jude, me? Preston, next time, don't start punching just because I got hit. Jude, I always do that. The fuck? Me. It's because Osborne said Preston is a dainty prince who can't even defend himself. Made him look weak. It's probably why he lost his mind and went for his throat. Preston, Kane added to the death list. Jude, the provocateur is being provoked? Preston left the group chat. I shake my head, slide my phone in my pocket, and place a bathrobe on the rack. As I step into the hallway, my senses fill with Dahlia's scent and my dick twitches back to life. Fuck, this is a problem. You can take a bath, then leave, I say from the hallway. No response. I walk back to the kitchen. You need help getting up? My movements halt when I find her sleeping, on the counter in the exact same position I left her. Her chest rises and falls, and she releases soft snores. I can't help but stroke some damp strands from her forehead, revealing a serene face. Fuck, she's beautiful, and all mine. As I carry her in my arms, I have a disturbing feeling that she'll mess up my life in more ways than one. That is, if that's not already happening.
All right. And that has been today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys on Friday if you're a Patreon member, or I'll see you on Sunday. So love you guys all. I'll see you later, and peace.